and gentlemen, attendant here have more or less faced a situation of being sick. And when you go to the doctor, I think this is a situation you'll never wanted to face. Having an infection, me either. I hate it. So those antidotes or vaccines are being accurately measured and being put in those needle cylinders. So is there a way that we can change the traditional needle or traditional vaccine image in our mind? So there's a very cool invention that we find, which is Band-Aid vaccine. And I'm going to talk about its social phenomenon and about traditional vaccine and make a comparison of traditional vaccines and Band-Aid vaccines and its inspirations, introduction, and also its development. So let's first see this picture. This is a research on probability of blood transmission of HIV virus according to different forms of transmission. If the blood and blood product have contained HIV virus, and if they are used, the possibility of infection may reach 95%. And the incidence of infection by sharing the intravenous injector will be greater than 70%. So in addition, across infection, if some medical instrument like dental drills or the needles are infected, it could also cause infections of HIV virus. According to the statistic, China's annual transmission of HIV infection of injection accord have raised to 42%. On January 26, 2017, a hospital in Zhejiang have caused 5 people to get AIDS because of repeated use of medical straw by hospital technicians. So this leads to an idea. Not only the medical straws that have been used in Zhejiang that have caused AIDS, and also some traditional medical instruments such as what I've just said, the needles. Those traditional needles which have injected our bloods could spread those horrifying and there is a case of 570 million yuan illegal vaccine that have been found by the police. And this is also a very important problem of traditional vaccines, because the traditional vaccines will not only spread, if they are not clean enough, they will not only spread some kind of diseases, but they will also be ineffective to the patients, because many of those vaccines should be storage in some kind of in a certain amount of temperature. So like those illegal vaccines, if they are being sold, they are actually not as effective as those vaccines that we're going to introduce to you. And the preservation of conditions. Also, so the traditional vaccine is painful, like I said, and many other people have found out that's a very ineffective way to children's, because many children are needle phobia, and also many patients are also needle phobia because they're scared about having an infection. So it might bring some troubles to them. Also, the residual on the needle may infect the others with AIDS. It could spread not only AIDS and HIV, some kind of infectious diseases. And the traditional vaccines are sensitive to temperature also. If the temperature is too high or too low, it can affect the vaccines or the antidotes. So generally speaking, vaccines need to be stored in below 8 degrees Celsius, and the special requirements are based on significant. In order to ensure the low temperature, there are many professional equipment used in vaccines to transport or to storage. So those traditional vaccines may cause a lot of problem, and they are not very easy for us to transport. So we found out that actually there's some kind of ingenious invention of those banded. And now I'm going to introduce the usage of those kind of band-aid vaccine. First, it is invented by Mark Prasnas, the professor of Georgia Institute, the Institute of Technology, and it is made up of hundreds and thousands of microneedles, which contains the vaccine. So this invention have solved the problem of painful, like the traditional needles. It's very effective because it also contains the vaccine, and it don't have to be in storage in some kind of in certain kind of refrigerator or something. And after puncturing it in your skin, the needle will dissolve in your skin. So you don't have to care about the spreading of the disease or something. In the prospect of development, it will be more and more effective, and within those 5 years, this product will be released to us. And about the advantages of the Band-Aid vaccine, the mini needles in the band is made up of a compound called the polyvinyl pyrrolidone, which dissolve in contact with the skin and does not have any side effects on the body. Researchers also believe that there are many cells on the skin that can react to the vaccine. The Band-Aid vaccine affect directly to the skin, not to the muscle. So it requires fewer vaccines that are traditional substantial injection. And another advantage of the vaccine is that before mixing with a mini needle, the vaccine can be in a dry condition. So it means that it will be more easy to it's more easy to portable, and it can be more easy to storage, comparing to the traditional vaccine. That's all. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.